It is one of the last vestiges of Old North Florida, with a pace that harkens back to a quieter and perhaps slower time. But some residents of Melrose feel like a modern autobahn runs right through town. State Road 26 is gaining a reputation as a dangerous place to drive. TV 20's Lali Solachi tells us what residents want changed.
A busy roadway in Melrose did not slow down dozens of residents to share their concerns about State Road 26 to FDOT officials. Alachua County officials and FDOT met residents at an input session at the Melrose Library.
There's so much reckless driving on these roads.
Alessandra Rodriguez is one of many worried about speeding and accidents on State Road 26. Rodriguez tells me her friend lost her life in a car accident there last week.
On her way to work, and tragically, her life was taken away. Her family has lost her forever. She leaves 3 children behind, and just something that never should have happened. It shouldn't happen to her or anybody else.
FDOT officials tell me Alachua County Commissioner Ken Cornell brought the stretch of the road to their attention.
Obviously, we had the death last week. I've been talking with a number of citizens and also Commissioner Harvey from Putnam County about the importance of safety in and around Melrose. It's a growing community.
Many residents tell me they drive through State Road 26 every day and want to see increased police presence, traffic lights, and low speed zones.
Many people in the community, almost everybody, has had some kind of scary experience here at one time or another.
Residents say State Road 26 should be high priority because it connects 4 counties: Alachua, Putnam, Clay, and Bradford.
People fly through here, and just impatience. You see a lot of impatient driving, people wanting to get ahead of the other traffic, and just causing these tragedies.
Cornell says FDOT officials will review public input over the next 3 months and then share the results at a county commission meeting. Lali Solache, TV 20 News.